Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you might be on YouTube right now. This is Dells Ducks Weekly. My name is Matt Panure, joined this week by, of course, Dells Ducks head coach Bill Zaniboni and a good tandem of goaltenders so far in the 2014-2015 MNJHL season. Sandro Aeschlimann out of Switzerland, Jared Young out of Colorado. Welcome, guys, and well, are you gonna let anybody score on you guys this year, or what's going on? It's been a pretty good year for both of you so far. Sandro, you're coming off of 2 shutouts this weekend. Tell me about your games.
I think it went pretty good. I had a good amount of help from my D-man, for sure. I think luck, which you always need, but I think next to that, it's pretty good.
You played 3 games so far and only given up 1 goal, that 1 goal in the game against the Minnesota Owls. Tell me about what it's been like, just kind of maybe not having to deal with so many pucks, or what's going on right now?
Yeah, I mean, the guys don't give up a lot of shots, that's true, but you still have to save the ones that are coming, and I think we did that so far pretty good.
Now, there have been a couple of occasions, and Jared, maybe you can come in on this too, and I always get curious about this sort of thing, is when a team like the Dells Ducks puts up so many shots, what do you guys do to remain focused back there when those shots do eventually come?
I mean, you warm up and you get ready already before, and then your mindset is just hockey until you take the equipment off, so you stay focused no matter what.
I think it definitely changes goaltender to goaltender how they keep focused into a game. It's definitely an individual type of thing to deal with. Other guys have different rituals, other things like that.
Now, Jared, I know for you, focus had to be a big thing on that game on Saturday against the Minnesota Owls with all the fans that were there. What was that like for you as far as an atmosphere?
I'd never played in front of that many people, so it was definitely a great thing to experience, and it was good to get a win in front of that many people and shut down a home crowd like that.
Could you tell the crowd was getting quieter through the game?
Oh yeah, after that first goal, they kind of started dying down as we kept scoring and shutting them down. They started leaving the rink.
And Coach, for you, I know that goaltending was always going to be a big question this year. We had discussed it a few times. With you always had some carryover goaltenders, whether it was Selly Hansen, whether it was Robbie Meadows. 4 brand new goaltenders this year, and these 2 guys and Matt Millendorf playing well.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're 3 guys, that prepare themselves really well day in and day out throughout the week, and I think that they're guys that know that right now we're moving, and they are going to be called upon, and maybe it's not often, but it's going to be very big at times in games, and it is, like Sandro said, it's true. Like, maybe we're not making a ton of saves, but some saves we have to make are very key, and they're big, and it's just going to get tougher and tougher as every game passes us. So it's it's nice to have that confidence back there right now with 2 guys. Sandro's our only vet, and between Matt and Jared and Tyler Arneson, I mean, they got 3 guys that are first years. So it's nice to see. I think that they're working together as a group, and they're learning from each other, and they're competitive with each other. So. It's what you right now. It's what you want out of your goaltending. They're giving you a chance to win every night, and sometimes at the beginning of the year, like those are the guys that can single-handedly win you games because guys are missing coverages or they don't know where to be in a system. And I give credit to all of our guys, the team defense that we're playing, the blocking shots, the accountability and the leadership that our group has. I think it's made a difference right now.
You talk a lot about the team defense, and obviously that shows up. You've only given up 2 goals through 6 games, and none of those at any point seemed really threatening, except maybe that first goal against the Minnesota Owls, which ended up getting you guys tied. But after that, just sort of took off the rest of the weekend. And then, of course, that late goal with the Minnesota Owls on Sunday, given up by Millendorf. That's been it so far. You guys have outscored your opponents 54-2. What's been going on that's been so right for you guys so far this year?
Well, I think right now, we're playing in all 3 zones. I think guys are adapting really well to each other. I think our veteran leadership has really come through, with not separating, statuses, whether it's, first year, second year, third year guys. I think it's, they understand that it's going to take everyone to compete at the highest level, and they're going. And I think they're pushing themselves. What's right now, I think that's huge for us is day in and day out, they're getting better. And, you know, we're happy with being 6-0. We understand we definitely still have some big tasks ahead of us, and so we're just going to keep putting our head down and going to work.
Sandro, you come in as the veteran, as one of the guys pegged to eat up a lot of minutes here in between the pipes in Wisconsin Dells. What did you know about this when you came here from Springfield?
Not a lot, to be quite honest. I met Coach Bill on Showcase, talked to him for a while, and all I found out is that they made state and had a good season, but more than that, not really.
And what have you found out since you've been here so far?
It's a kind of small town, but I'd say lots of like how do I say that, people from our county or state, not like lots of hometown people, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And hockey's good here, as we see. So
Have you met some people from Switzerland here yet?
no,
Not yet. I think they're out there. You're just gonna have to kind of.
I have to find them.
Okay. And Jared, for you coming in as a first-year junior player from the Colorado Thunderbirds, what did you know about the Dells Ducks organization before you stepped foot here?
I knew I had some pretty big shoes to fill from last season with Robbie killing it last year and the year before. Even though he had his injury, I knew he came back last season and had a good year. And I just wanted to keep the tradition going.
And for you so far, both of you, you've been out front in some pretty big games. Sandro, you got out in that 16-0 game against Maple Grove this Friday. Jared, you were out there for the big win against the Minnesota Owls. What kinds of things do you guys, what kind of pride do you take out of that, knowing that you guys are back there and protecting the net and making sure that your forwards are taking off and getting out to these big leads?
I mean, we're trying to get the players' confidence, and if we save the shots that are coming, they know even if they make a mistake, they still have somebody in the back that can protect them. So, I mean, that's what probably helps the guys in front.
Yeah, it just builds the trust early in the season. I mean, right now we should be stopping all the ones that we should and a few that we shouldn't, just to give these guys a chance to get ahead early in the standings.
And you've been playing on a rotation so far. You guys get to take some breaks. Sandro, I know that you actually got to take the game off and sit in the stands and do a little cheering on Saturday night. You were telling us about that. How good is it to know that there's somebody that's got your back and you guys are in a pretty solid rotation right now?
I mean, I wouldn't say that we're comfortable right now. I would say we're definitely pushing each other in practice and competing for ice time, really. I mean, we want to be the guy at the end of the season, both of us. So, I mean, it's going to come down to the wire before we know it. So, got to keep competing.
I mean, also, it's competition, but also, like, if you have a back game, there's a second guy. I mean, you're going to have the back game. It's going to happen. It's just, that's hockey. It's the way it is. And you have a guy that's in your back and can still save the team, even if you have a bad day. That's also kind of good.
And Coach, you as a former goaltender obviously have to put a huge emphasis on, like Jared said, making sure that these guys aren't comfortable and competing for ice time. Did you know that it was going to be this kind of situation coming off of a year like last year where you had 3 goaltenders through every weekend?
Well, no, I mean, we had 0 goalies come back that I was familiar with, right? So it was tough. I just, we try to do the best job we can with recruiting. We thought, we have 2 first-year guys, both played at the Tier 1 midget AAA level. It's a very good league. We thought, okay, they're going to come in and, and give it a go, and I think they should fit into this pretty good. And then we were fortunate enough to get a guy who played the North American League last year, come as a 20-year-old, and know that you have that veteran experience. The guy that's been through maybe some bad times, maybe some good times, and understands how to handle stuff emotionally. And so I think we have a really good mix right now. And I mean, we're gonna keep it going. If it's not broken, you can't change it. And it's right now, I think we're starting to move as a group. So it starts from our end out, and I think that's what's made us successful so far since I've been here with the organization, not only this year.
Sandro, I noticed one thing that you do a lot that maybe you don't see a lot of goalies at this level do is you like to get out and move that puck quite a bit. Tell me about that. Is that something that you maybe watched like a Marty Brodeur or Marty Turco growing up and kind of took on what they do, or is that just how you feel comfortable?
I practice a lot to shoot the puck, and I like to help my Ds out. I mean, if a D has a lot of pressure, I just put the puck out, and so we don't have any situations in that own zone. So, and I just like to get to make the game fast, and that's just the easiest way for me to do it like that.
You come from Switzerland. There's a lot of good Swiss goaltenders that have come through. Jonas Hiller, David Abisher, guys like that. Do you watch those guys growing up to kind of model yourself after them?
Yeah, I did. I'm still watching videos, even from Martin Gerber, who won the Stanley Cup twice. So, I mean, they're good goalies. I met them personally and was in their goalie camps, and yeah.
And for you, Jared, being out in Colorado, Patrick Waugh.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was watching them win the Stanley Cup back in 2001 was kind of the reason I wanted to be a goalie. And now that he's back, it's kind of cool to watch the Avs be an up-and-coming team again.
And being out in Colorado and, with that Denver area and how hockey just has grown probably as much as you have grown, what was it like growing up with hockey just sort of growing and growing and growing?
It's awesome. There's been a huge boom. A lot of guys I know now are playing in USHL, Division I, major juniors, and I know a lot of guys that are in the NHL now. So it was fun to compete and say, oh, hey, I know that guy, I've played that guy, and it's always good for a story. But it was definitely good to grow up in that Colorado era of guys moving on.
So getting back to the season, Coach, 6-0 right now, outscoring your opponents 54-2, power play clicking off at, I believe, somewhere around 24%, penalty kill in the high 90s. Are you satisfied with the way things have gone through the first 6 games, or what?
I think it's all right. I'd like to see us. I think right now on special teams, it's still a feeling out process. We're playing teams for the first time around, so we'll get. I think everything will get better. I think the power play probably needs to get to that high 30 marker again. But other than that, I think. Things are going well. The biggest thing that you care about right now is work ethic and character. Like what guys, are going to sacrifice when you're up 60-0. Is a guy still going to block a shot? Because that game is not going to happen later on down the line. So it's good to see now that that will just keep coming through. And I think that's the stuff that we're looking at and trying to feed upon.
You go into this weekend, another brand new team, a team that you've never seen before, the Ironwood Fighting Yoopers, heading up north. What do you know about heading up to Ironwood this weekend?
Yeah, I think, I know Coach Mackey, I know a couple other guys on their team. So I think, what they're going to do, they're going to be a blue-collar team. They're going to, they're going to try to work hard, and they're going to be tough down low in the corners. And, for us, it's going to be exciting. It's a new place, new venture. Hopefully it's a great venue. Where hopefully they get some good fan support. We want to make sure all the teams in our league do that. And, we're going to come play our game. We're going to go up there and hope to get 2 points at a time. And whether we can do it with our speed or we're going to have to do it with our physical play, it's fine. Either way, we can turn it into a street fight or we can, try to win it in finesse.
Now, they're kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum that you guys are. They're 0-6.
Yep.
They've been outscored quite a bit, but you can see that improvement every game where they're getting closer and closer and closer. Is that kind of a dangerous team, a dangerous situation for you guys to head into this
right?
weekend?
Like they're getting confidence. They're getting comfortable within their systems. They're getting comfortable with each other. So, yeah, you can't take anyone for granted. That's we're gonna come at them with a full head of steam and gonna see what. They can see what we're about, we can see what they're about, and whoever comes out on top comes out on top.
And Sandro and Jared, what have you guys done to kind of prepare yourselves for this weekend? I know it's very short coming off of last weekend. What do you know about heading up to Ironwood this weekend? Sandro, you first, and then Jared if you follow.
I know a lot, to be honest, but all I do is for every game I prepare myself. I don't care about who we play. I just prepare myself the same way.
So you don't watch film on any particular
No.
skate or anything?
No.
Just go out there and play the puck?
Yeah.
I'm pretty much the same way. Just focus on ourselves, focus on myself throughout the week. Maybe take a quick glance later in the week at what they might bring, but it's still too early in the week to be worrying about that.
And for you, Coach, obviously you hit the film. Have you seen anything specifically out of the Yoopers that has caught your eye?
Yeah, no, I mean, I watched 2 games of them already, but no, I mean, you know, they're a young team. You know, I think that's the advantage that we have, you know, over them. I think, you know, our guys kind of expect the ups and downs throughout 60 minutes of hockey and how to react to that kind of stuff, and that might be a difference maker right away on Friday night. You know, my biggest thing is you know, we can't go into it with a feeling out process. Like, you can't, like, that's what I think Hudson and us did last night. I think we went out and had like a feeling out process, and they took it to us for 20 minutes. You know, and then our guys started stepping on the gas more and more. So it's yeah, I mean, it's going to be a mental thing. I think it's, you know, I think we're physically ready to go up there. It should be a great series. We're excited to play a new team, see new players, and but yeah, like you said, they've gotten better. I mean, their last game was 5-2, I think, against Steele County, and you know, I know Coach Adamek over in Steele County, he's got a pretty good hockey club, so it'll be interesting. You can't take anyone for granted, especially when you play a 3-game series.
You had mentioned something I thought was pretty interesting. You think their ice looks a little dark and that it might be a little hard to pick up the puck.
Oh yeah, their ice is definitely not white. That's for sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just, you know, from their camera angle, it's through netting, and then it's dark ice. So I don't know how goalies are going to be able to track pucks, but it seems like every other team can do it. So I would expect our guys to be able to do it as well.
Guys, what do you think about that?
Never heard of black guys, but but we'll see. I mean,
When you're driving around Wisconsin Dells, you'll hear about it a lot.
okay, we'll see about that. I mean, you still focus on the puck, and I think it will matter a little bit, but at the end, it's all in your head and how you deal with it. I mean, you can't just go there and think, oh no, I can't see the puck. Just go for it.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of adversity. Just got to focus that much harder and focus on it in warm-ups. And like for me, it helps to look at something, focus on it, and then I've worried about it. It's gone. It's done. Don't have to worry about it again. That's how I focus, or that's how I deal with fans or anything that's bothering me during a game. That's just what you got to do.
Well, it's been working out for you guys so far. Like we said, just allowing 2 goals this season. So after Ironwood, somewhere looming is that Rochester team, and it's starting to look like it's maybe going to turn out to be a 2-horse race, at least at the start of the season, unless some of the rosters start to change a little bit and some of the other teams around the division, and maybe they start picking up some steam. Obviously, you have Steele County, you have Forest Lake, you have Hudson, who are kind of in that mid-level pack right now. But as it looks, you and Rochester both sitting undefeated. Coach, how much are you thinking about the Ice Hawks? Probably not this week, but definitely once we get a little bit closer.
Well, I mean, hey, they're a good team. They did a good job this summer with bringing in you know, some good key players with the returners. I think they get a good mix. A lot of veteran experience. Kind of reminds me of our team last year that we had in our locker room. And yeah, I mean, it'll be exciting. You know, I think that, you know, those are the teams that you want to play every night. You know, the teams that are gonna come after you and test you. I mean, that's only what makes you better. Definitely looking forward to playing Forest Lake. I know they were at our game on Sunday up in Hudson, taking some notes and stuff like that. And I know that our scratches were up there, and just heard some of the comments that were made, and so I'm pretty excited to play them. We got them 2 weeks from now, so we're excited to come to Forest Lake and play you on Friday and Sunday. And in the middle of that, we have Rochester. So it's going to be an exciting weekend for us. But, you know, right now we're taking one game at a time. and we can only worry about ourselves. So that's the only thing I care about our guys doing right now.
Well, one game at a time starts this Friday
Yeah.
up in Ironwood. I've heard some interesting things about going up to Ironwood. Have you guys found a place to eat after the game yet?
We do have someone making us homemade pasties.
Okay.
For Friday night that will be ready for us right after the game, and Saturday I'll have some time to get some stuff going. So yeah, we have done preparation for
You're
this.
a UP guy. You got to be able to pull the strings on this, right?
Well, I'm not a UP guy per se.
You're close.
I played juniors in
spent-
college
you
there.
spent time there.
Yeah, I have, I guess. So it's I mean, it should be good. The people should know the game in the stands, and it's a small town, blue collar type place. So yeah, it should be a great atmosphere. It should be fun. Looking forward to, the setup that they have us in is kind of like big cabin styles for the guys to be all in one cabin, 2 cabins. So it's going to be different, and hopefully everyone shuts lights off at the same time so no guys get upset. But I think it'll be good. It'll be a good team bonding trip for us. So I'm looking forward to it.
Have either of you guys ever been up in Michigan?
Haven't, no.
All right. Well, you're going to enjoy it. Everybody loves Upper Michigan. Well, that'll do it for us here, Dells Ducks Weekly. Thank you for joining us here on YouTube. We want to thank you, Coach.
Yep.
Jared, congratulations so far. Sandro, you as well. Keep up the good work, guys, and keep that clean sheet going. Any kind of a bet between you guys right now as far as who gives up the next goal?
No.
Nothing
right
going
now,
on there?
No.
Hopefully they're not competing on that, because we just would like to keep it even keel.
Well, you would, but at the same time, a little competition never hurt, right?
Oh yeah, they'll do that in practice tomorrow.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
I'll be down for that.
All right, again, it's 3 games. The Ironwood Yoopers, the Dells Ducks next opponent on the road Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then 3 more. I'm missing hockey here, guys. You're not going to be back until November. It's going to be quite a while until we see you back here at Poppy Waterman. But we'll be looking forward to seeing you guys playing the Forest Lake Lakers here in November.
Yep.
My name is Matt Panure. Been a lot of fun joining you. I want to thank Jimmy D for working the camera. We'll catch you next time on Dells Ducks Weekly.